Welcome to today's exclusive feature at the New York Stock Exchange, where we bring you an inspiring story of Dylan Halvorsen, one of the youngest and most charismatic traders making waves on Wall Street. In this video, you'll gain insights into the fast-paced world of trading, what it takes to succeed as a broker, and how passion, speed, and confidence drive performance in the finance industry. By the end of this video, you'll learn 1. What a day in the life of Dylan Halvorsen as a Nyse broker looks like. 2. The key skills and qualities he believes are essential to thrive in trading. 3. Practical advice Dylan offers for aspiring traders and brokers looking to break into the finance industry. Get ready for an insightful and inspiring conversation.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you today, Kalina? Welcome to the New York Stock Exchange.
Yeah, this is my third time. Yeah.
Welcome back.
Very exciting. So
It is.
I prepared like 10 questions. Can we answer like one by one?
Sure.
Like
yeah.
very
Let's
quick.
let's go through them. What do you got?
Okay. So the first one, what exactly do you do at the New York Stock Exchange?
So at the New York Stock Exchange, we have brokers and market makers. I'm a broker. I work for a broker dealer called Trademas, and we execute stock for hedge funds, banks, any kind of trader, prop trader alike. So that's the main focus here on the New York Stock Exchange.
So you got all the orders and you execute every day for them?
Correct. So, there will be traders up on hedge funds and banks, desks, and if they need to, buy or sell a certain stock, they can, if they are overloaded and they're overworked that day, or there's something that they need to get done in a certain time constraint, there's certain things that we can help them with as brokers on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange that allow us to help them get that done. And that's one of the things that we do here.
How do you like your work?
I definitely love my job here. It's a dream come true. I remember being a little kid, thinking about the New York Stock Exchange, dreaming about working here and trading stocks. It's all I ever wanted to do, and here I am today. So it's definitely a dream come true.
Have you ever been a trader before?
So before I started working at the New York Stock Exchange, I actually traded for myself for about 4 or 5 years.
Okay.
Personally, it was all on my own. I learned a lot of lessons in that time, but it's definitely helped bring me to the next level and excel my caliber to work here at the New York Stock Exchange.
Why did you choose this career? I mean, why did you choose to be a broker? I know you've been a trader personally before, but broker and trader is totally different.
Yeah, you're definitely right about that. So for me personally, I think I got into this career because of 2 main reasons. The first main reason being I really enjoy math, right? The other main reason is I love money even more. So these 2 things, when they come together, it's kind of like the perfect combination when you work in finance. Some people really enjoy working out math problems and doing these things in their head. I'm one of them, whether it's doing a percentage calculation off the top of your head or simple things like that, or building super complex Excel calculations. It's always fascinating for me, so I enjoy that part of it.
So being a broker is kind of exciting, right?
Yeah.
Because personally, I'm a trader and I manage a hedge fund, so I know what it looks like. But what kind of education need being a broker?
Well, to work in finance, you definitely need some sort of financial education background, whether it's college or through CFA and different, excelled financial learning courses like that. I'd say that's the bare minimum essential to work in trading or finance. But I would say nowadays there's a lot of other things that are also relevant to the industry, whether it's computer science, coding, psychology, and things like that. There's a lot of different skills that can come together and become optimal within this industry.
And also they need a license. I think the license is the easiest for this part, right?
Gaining a license,
It's not that
it
hard.
depends on how you are as a test taker. I know there's people who have gone in there without studying and passed it, no problem.
Really?
Then there's people who study, for months on end and they struggle. So it depends on who you are, how you are as a test taker. That's definitely a big thing.
Okay. What do you think is the big difference between the broker and the trader? I think I asked us, so surely maybe you can answer differently.
So traders are usually trading for either themselves,
Or
a bank, a hedge fund, or they're managing a client's money.
Right.
Brokers, our main purpose is to execute those orders. We're not in touch with those clients who are making those financial decisions. We're in touch with the traders or the people who represent them and are making those decisions with discretion. And they're relaying that information to us in order for us to do our job, to buy, sell stock, whatever it may be.
so how those traders or hedge funds or fund managers choose each brokers?
That's a really good question. I would say that personal relationships are a really big thing in this industry. So that is probably a main driver in who you choose as a broker if you're a trader. It's definitely a big part, but also just the service you give. If you're above and beyond and you're much better than other brokers, even if that comes with a certain price and meaning more, sometimes people are willing to pay that price. It all comes down to who it is, what they're doing, what matters most to them.
Totally agree. Because I'm personally trading, even the broker is good or commission is good, there's no service or nobody there like I can trust. I won't choose that broker.
Exactly.
Okay.
Sometimes people focus more on trust. Sometimes people are more focused on speed. It all comes back to who it is.
It is.
Yeah.
What is the most challenging and the most rewarding part for this job, you think?
One of the most challenging parts of this job is definitely the fact that if the stock market's open, you're here and you're working, right? It's the only way that the job can get done is someone's physically here to do the job at the New York Stock Exchange. And as you know, there's only so many holidays throughout the year, so you have very few days off. That's definitely a challenging part of the job. You have very little time off. But I would say a rewarding part of the job is the fact that you're constantly reading headlines, staying on top of news, being informed, at all times. And that has helped me, not only in my job, but outside of my job also.
Like you have to know all the words.
It's important, and it's nice to always know what's going on in the world. There's a little bit of an advantage, and there's definitely some value to that.
I totally understand. Before I trading the stock, I don't really care what's going on with the whole world. But after trading, I have to constantly tracking every single, public company and what's going on with this country, that country, the whole economy. So I totally get it.
Definitely, because for an example, right? I'll have a friend send me a headline of some article from 3 days ago about some major company, probably, within the S&P 500 even. And to me, it's I understand that that's somewhat new, but 3 days ago, a million things have already happened since. That's old news to me. It's extremely stale.
Yeah.
So just always constantly being in the know and having the knowledge of what's going on in the world is definitely a big advantage to the job that I appreciate personally.
Totally agree. I'm so curious, what is your work routine look like as a broker in the New York Stock Exchange?
So we all definitely have individual roles that can vary from each other. But my personal routine every day, I come into this exchange, I turn on all the computers in our booth.
What time?
This is around 7 in the morning. I'm on the desk by 7 a.m. every single day.
Pre-market.
Yep. Because we can get orders in the pre-market too.
Yeah.
A lot of people are not here during the pre-market hours. Our firm, we operate a little bit differently. We're a little more cutting edge, but I'm in here by 7 a.m. I'm checking out what happened overseas in Asia overnight. what's going on currently in Europe markets. I'm checking out research that might have come out early that morning, upgrades and downgrades from analysts, stuff like that. Sending those research notes out to clients, just kind of getting everyone informed for the day on what's going on. That's the morning startup routine for me. And then as we approach the bell, we start to find out what stocks the clients are most interested in trading or looking at, and we might go talk to the market makers and see how the stock's looking that morning, whether it looks like it's going to open up or down, things like that. Then we get into the middle of the day. It's kind of slow, everyone's eating lunch, it's a little bit quiet here. That's not that fun, to be honest. Sometimes you just hear guys yelling around the floor because that's just they feel a need to just get something out. They have so much energy, there's not much going on.
But as a broker, you trading on behalf of your client. So what is yelling at why is get so mad?
No. So I maybe I don't want to misconstrue it. They don't yell in an angry way. It's kind of just like a playful, immature. I'm just gonna yell because I feel like yelling. This is so boring. What's going on? Nothing's happening right now.
So many hormones here. I can feel.
But that's not all the time. It's there are blips in the day when that happens, but that's not all the time. That's for sure. Around for my firm personally, around 1 o'clock, we start to look at different stocks for the close, how they're looking, and we'll start to go, communicate with market makers whether there's more to buy or for sale on the imbalance for the close notionally. And we personally at our firm, we have a spreadsheet built out, and that kind of helps us to get a better idea of where we think the market's going to head towards in the end of the day. Now, it's not guaranteed. It's just kind of a guesstimate. It helps us get a feel for the last couple hours of the day. Starting 2 o'clock, the brokers at the New York Stock Exchange, all of them, we have handhelds. I'm sure you've seen them before in the photos. That's what we trade off of. Those handhelds give us imbalances on U.S. stocks listed here at the New York Stock Exchange. Now, that'll help us to get a net sum on all of the stocks to see whether we're looking more to buy or for sale into the close on the S&P. And that's something that we do at my firm specifically between 2 and 4 o'clock. Our main focus is on making sure that all of our clients are seeing all of the information and all of the data coming in live. We have a whole team of typists who are typing this information in live every second, because you have to, you can't just electronically transmit this information. You have to manually rewrite it. So
but you have so many clients.
we have a website at our company, and as long as you're a client of ours and you're compliant with us, you probably have a login, and it's up to you whether to use it or not.
I see. Oh, that makes sense.
But it gets busy, between those last 2 hours for sure. You start seeing volumes pick up, S&P's moving up and down, a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts. And then obviously the last 10 minutes it gets really loud in here, and that's when it all goes down. We have the closing auction. I really want to see
closing on today. It's going to be very loud.
It'll probably just be a normal day in here, to be honest. I don't think there's
holiday season.
There's no special events today. Like, for instance, if there was like a MSCI rebalance or an S&P rebalance or any sort of index that was rebalancing that day, you'd probably see hear a lot more noise, see a lot more people moving around.
I see.
But on a standard day, especially during the holidays, you probably won't see too much going on. Most people are going to be outside, hanging out by the tree, listening to music and dancing. Then there is going to be people like me who have no option but to stay at their desk and continue to work. So I'll be in here, but
yeah, sounds like interesting, but still some part is not like everybody thinks it's very exciting every day. you have your strategy.
That's the beauty of this business too, is just like the stock market, every day is going to be different. There's no day that's going to be exactly the same, and honestly that's one of the most fascinating parts
you
about
love stock, that's the things.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, I love the questions. So what kind of advice would you give someone is new to, they want to be a trader or they want to be a broker in future in finance industry?
So the first thing I would say is, if you think or feel that you want to be a broker or a trader and work in finance, you definitely need to love it. You absolutely need to be in love with it. You need to have a passion for it. I've seen a lot of people who thought they wanted to do it, and a lot of people don't end up finishing, or they end up leaving the industry. It's because they weren't truly in love with trading stocks. I feel like it's one of, like I kind of explained to you earlier, it's such a commitment. You have so many days at work, there's not much time off, where if you don't actually enjoy trading stocks every day, there's no way you will survive, because you'll end up hating it. I think that loving it is probably the first step. But number two, I would say, find a mentor, find someone who's in the industry, talk to them frequently, ask them, what they're doing, ask them what you could be doing. I think mentorship is a huge part of the industry. It's something that helped me a lot.
May I ask, who is your mentor?
So I work for him now.
Peter?
Yeah, Peter.
Okay.
Peter and his son Benny, the Tuckmans. They were both a big influence on me. They checked in with me a lot, asked me what I was trading, what I was involved with, why I was trading it, and they were kind of just picking at my brain all the time. And it would make me question myself certain times, and finding those questions and digging deeper sometimes is really a big component of the industry, I would say. It's what allows you to become better and push yourself to become better.
You find a great mentor.
Yeah, find a good mentor, be dedicated, and love trading stocks, and I think that you'll end up somewhere. All right.
Have you personally joined any trading academy or learning any trading techniques before?
So there's not really anything off the top of my head, like no courses or groups or anything like that I was ever a part of to learn finance. There's no
course that makes you rich. You have to learn by yourself.
Exactly. One of the biggest, I tell people all the time, losing money in the stock market is like paying a tuition to the stock market.
That's normal.
And you learn from those lessons, because when you lose your own money, you feel that pain. And when you feel that pain, you start to wonder, why did I do that? What could I have done different? And you start to formulate different, strategies, and you change and you adjust and you continue to see yourself, improve. And as you see that, it's like going to the gym. You see the results and you're like, wait, this is exciting. I want to keep going. I want more now. And I feel like that little push and seeing those results is what definitely can push you forward.
Okay. Do you think the simulation trading or paper trading can help trading techniques?
Definitely. I think that I didn't personally paper trade. We have interns that come in the summertime, and we've had some fun challenges with them to see who could, make the most money within their internship. So that's always exciting, and I've definitely seen our interns learn a lot in that process. But I would say that it's also important to be realistic with how much money these people are practicing with, because if you just give an intern $1 million to go trade with, he's probably not going to take it that seriously as if he was using his own money, because there's just this disconnect. Whereas if you give him, $50,000 in a trading account, this guy is all of a sudden thinking all right, if this was my money, what would I do with it? They start to have more realistic thoughts. And I feel like being more realistic with yourself from the start is what will help you to actually become better. A lot of people think that they know everything, and it only hurts them.
But the market changing every day. You have to adapt the market every day. So the people think they know everything, actually they know nothing.
I agree. I completely agree.
Okay. So very last question is because my student or my audience, they all like traders, some are brokers, but most of them, they want to make money. So what type of like a quality or skill or necessary to become a successful trader or broker in finance industry? Like advice for all the newbies.
Good question. I would say there's probably 3 that come to the top of my head right away. First one being speed, number 2 being communication, 3 being confidence.
Communication, that's a key.
Speed, communication, and confidence are the 3 top things that
How
come
they
to my
can
mind.
build the confidence if they don't know how to trade or they don't know,
Confidence definitely comes with experience, right? You can't start out early with a lot of confidence, and if you do, you're a little bit naive, I have to be honest. The way to walk in this building is to walk in with your head down and you know nothing, right? That's how you start. Then you start to learn and you start to actually validate some of the things that you've been taught. You gain that confidence because you visualize it and you see it true to yourself. You don't need anybody else's approval. You just know it at that point. Once you start building that sort of confidence, that kind of coincides with speed, right? When you have speed and confidence, you can just operate more efficiently within your role as a broker. And the communication part obviously being a huge part as well, because you need to be able to communicate the right messages to, along your own desk, or whether it be a client, whoever it may be, communication is essential.
You make me feel like I want to be a broker in future.
You have all those 3 skills?
I think so.
Okay,
Yeah.
if you're
I have
quick.
patience, I have a trading experience, and the only thing I don't have is I'm not man. I don't see so many females in here.
That's okay. I don't think that really matters, to be
Really?
honest. If you can get the job done, that's all that matters.
Yeah, sounds good. Maybe I move to New York.
Come to New York, come trade for the New York Stock Exchange.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching today's feature with Dylan Halvorsen. I hope this video provided you with valuable insights into the world of trading and what it takes to succeed in the finance industry. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring content. Until next time, I wish you success and confidence in all your trading and investment endeavors. See you in the next video.